Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it's time for some Path of Exile gameplay, and today I'm going to be running Acts 8, 9, and 10. Well, I'm already partway through Act 8. This is in the Mayhem event, so it's the concentrated insanity of having huge numbers of monsters in every single zone of the game. So each zone will have something special about it. That can vary from 20 tormented spirits, which is actually better than it seems, through to having 20 harbingers, which is crazy. 20 harbingers is absolutely nuts. I tend to like running in public parties in this just because it's more fun, I find, and also you can very quickly get a lot of waypoints this way. So I'm just going to take the waypoint here, just joining a public party that's someone else's, and that's got me a waypoint that I didn't otherwise have. That can then enable me to very quickly get myself through this act. So this is in trade-enabled softcore. I decided I wasn't going to go hard in this, wasn't going to go crazy. Yeah, it was good, mate, it was good. Dig was here yesterday when we were talking about the, well, when I was running through Acts 6, 7, and 8 on stream. So I've already done the east side of Act 8. You'll notice that my damage is currently appalling. That's because I'm basically building around my endgame build, but I'm not really in a very functional build at all at the moment because I can't use the key weapon that I need. That key weapon being the, what do you call it again? Xoph Nurture. Okay, let's get this Trail of Ascendancy out of the way first. Should be completely fine, just acting like there's nothing, there's no fire in here. Combination of 75 fire resist and a lot of regeneration. It's not the right way, it's over here. Grab the crafting recipe. Why is it flask duration here? I always think it's high tier fire resistance because it would thematically make sense, but no, it's not. So that's what I'm missing. That one there. And then that opens this one over here, which then allows us to get the trail done. Then at that point, I'm going to cheese the... I'll do the right thing by the rest of the party, and then I'll jump to the Lunaris Concourse waypoint from them. And, oh, they're already in Lunaris Temple. Nice. So this is strongboxes again. Strongboxes are kind of good. This one's harbingers though. Harbingers are great. This is a huge amount of XP if we actually kill them. Actually taking a lot of damage here. I don't think I've got capped cold resistances. I've got the rest of my resists sorted, but not cold. I don't think it's too bad. Oh, it is terrible actually. It's 30%. So that's why I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna have to be really careful in this zone. I'll probably end up dying anyway, as I was saying there. I just don't have the resist set up for this, and it's something I'll get sorted later. I'm not that fussed about it. That was lag there. That wasn't recklessness like the previous one was. That was just lag. But yeah, this build is currently terrible. How far off is 64 at this point? 5 levels. So it's really close. Ancient Shards. They've still got their usual application. Ancient Shards in this can get you a Headhunter with a lot of luck. It's probably going to be the main way Headhunters come about in this league. Will be by people using Ancient Orbs on belts once the Nemesis mod is available to people. There'll certainly be some people that have it now. So this zone is kind of nuts with the shocking cold resist I've got. Lunara's Priestess, Asara Shards. That's one of those divination cards that's very solo self-found farmable. If you ever want to make some meme build that uses Sara Shards, the unique itself is pretty rare, but the divination card is super common. So you can easily get yourself a full set and get the card, get the item that way. Is that on me? That's on me. Oh, so slow. So I'm just popping off Vaal Earthquake when it's available. It's not great, but it does something. It's better than nothing, and ouch. Need Rallying Cry to survive there, which then aggroes everything on me, which is annoying here, because I got frozen again. One more kill, and then we can go Vaal Earthquake again, get these numbers under control. But yeah, the Harbingers are just concentrated insanity here. One of the things with softcore though is that you can just you can play as reckless as I'm doing here. Binding Shards are legit useful. In fact, I think they're just one of the best things about the Harbinger currency early. New supporter packs, Dig Dug. I don't know, but I have a feeling the last lot came out. Was it like the 21st of December last year? Oh, that was me getting distracted. So I got a feeling it was the 21st of December last year, so I'm not really sure, but that seems like a plausible date. Alright, I need to stop dying so damn often. I'm just playing really badly at the moment.
I cannot do this yet.
And then I say that and I forget to put my auras on. Whoa, that was a... Yeah, okay, that's horrendous latency there. That was nothing but lag. Alright, I can't do this without fixing those resists, so where can I get a cold res suffix? You don't have a suffix free. You've already got cold res suffix. You have no suffix free. Okay. I don't have any items I can get that done on, so... let's just jump through here. Yeah, this year's the physical stuff in this year's supporter packs were awesome. At the top end you had the incredible prints, which were as good as the previous years, maybe even better. And the game book was amazing. But that's only in the really top stuff. I think the one thing they should do is have in their supporter packs. Have a time exclusive hideout. So make it so that you can. It'll then go into the normal store to be bought with points at a later date. But for the moment, it's available with the supporter packs. I mean, that'd be something that would be quite well received and would be really good. Like hideouts in general are something people really like a lot. Okay, I lost here. I hate this zone. It's one of those zones I do not know well at all. Never gotten around to learning it. Even though I love the tile set from an artistic perspective. Yeah, Mayhem has been a lot of fun indeed. Apparitions, I don't know. I find them cool. Like, you know, I think. Or are you saying that they get annoying when other people have them and they're sort of in your way? Like in town, they get annoying. I don't think having more of them available will make that any worse. They actually started selling them as point purchases as well recently. Oh, I'm on an American realm. That's why I'm getting such bad latency. Aha, that explains things. Yeah. Oh well. That cat's already out of the bag now. It's just the long run to the moon orb. Because I've lost everyone, well, miles behind me. Hang on. They wouldn't have left this many monsters alive behind them, would they? Yes, they probably would have. But no, they didn't go this way. Not again. Yeah, that was just massive snapback because of latency there. Anyways, nothing can be done about it. This is actually why I play softcore mostly. It's all of this performance-related deaths that end up just being really crushing if you play hardcore. And then the fact that I play softcore means that I play reckless. Just trying to work out... Oh, now I see it. Okay, now I see the path in the minimap. It's here and then it's northeast. That's where I was lost. It is really hard to navigate this zone sometimes. I will give them all a waypoint to the fire side after this, and let them just deal with Lunaris and Solaris with me. But yeah, I've got to fix that cold resistance ASAP. It's really bad. That's a lot of that actually causes a lot of the desync that I'm actually dying to, is because on my screen I'm not frozen. On the server I am. And that was exactly it there. Okay, are we getting anywhere now? Through there, and so they've got the moon orb, and I don't know where they got it from. I think it'd probably actually be quicker for me just to make a new instance and do this myself without the incredible US server lag that I caught. Ah, here we are. Found it finally. Okay, this is good. This is good news. We're in the right spot. Let's go get that moon orb, and they put a portal up. Oh well. That makes me feel stupid now. I could have just cheesed it with a portal, by dropping a portal. Let's go and do the right thing by them and give them the fire side if they need it. So, let's just go and give them the Solaris Temple waypoint if they need it, which they probably do. Oh, someone already had. Alright, well I should be in a much better spot here to survive. With it being virtually no cold damage in this zone. We're still on an American realm though, which is going to be painful. Just need to get that that extra 5 levels and get the Xoph's bow, which I should be able to trade for now. Okay, nice. That's a level up. That's something we needed. 4 more to go. Hey, that was good. Couple ancient shards. And we'll push on. I think this guy that I'm grouping with has got solid damage output from poison. So things are dying, they're just taking a while. At least that's the norm for that build. For the assassin version of it, for Blade Vortex. Things die, they just don't instantly fall over. Alright, into Solaris 2 at this point. And we got breaches. Which again is just monsters to kill. I've got four skill points to spend at this point. I should spend them soon. I am just following my final build, what I typically do in softcore. I mean, I could farm regrets instead, or trade for regrets, but I've decided I would just basically level with my gold tree. May not have been the right choice, but it's been something. It's been fun. Alteration. Just catch up to them so that I can get leech flask charges off them. If I can catch up is the thing. One of the things that's most difficult in public groups, when someone is super fast, you don't get their kills. And that means that you end up falling behind on flask charges, and therefore your move speed goes down. I also need to pick up a number of skill point quests in various spots in the game. So I should do that soon as well. Then another sun orb. Oh, my sun orb disappeared somehow. Oh, I'm glad I came back here. I was only coming here to do the right thing for other people, but that's odd. My sun orb disappeared. Oh, hang on. No, I didn't actually do it. I just got the waypoint and then logged. Alright, well that's I'm glad that I did that then. Okay, I'll grab that later. And a skill point. Let's go and dump a bunch of stuff, and then we will look for the first person to port into the next zone, and then we will port to them. How did Divine Orb drop yesterday? A pretty rare drop usually, but... Stash Tab Affinity is playing up at the moment. It's running... the Divination... Well, it's running badly when you click things fast. It's actually not working as well as it was before the last patch, even though the patch should have improved it. See if anyone... Oh, there we are. Solaris Conquest. I'll take the waypoint there. Okay, and now let's go through. So the Tormented Spirits will be really impactful if they're in the Harbour Bridge, because I think they can get into Solaris and Lunaris, which is very bad news. Oh, it's Invaders, that's fine. So let's just keep up with Daek. It tends to be that these groups will collapse at some point, like people will do their own thing, and so you won't end up with all 6 of you doing the boss. I'll just generally... I won't start the boss, but if someone does start them, then I'll be part of killing them rather than trying to get them to wait. And it looks like Dave is, yeah, just dealing with all the trash first. We got some sort of corpse explosion. Oh, it's Mother of the Swarm. That's fine. It's down. The second Mother of the Swarm. Dake's gone in, so I will do the same. And here we go. I'm ready when they are. I should probably even be able to face tank that from Solaris. It's Lunaris that's going to gut me like a fish because of that Crangled Cold Resist I have. 30%. It's going to be brutal. And back to the single target rotation of 1 Earthquake, 1 Heavy Strike, 1 Earthquake, 1 Heavy Strike. That's all I can really do at the moment. I do need a new weapon badly as well. So this fight, as always, is Flask Starvation heavy as well. It's really brutal on Flasks. Alright, so that's the first one down. We've got the one that I've got good resist against, so I'm fine with Solaris now. Should be easy. And there we go. Now we've got access to the Blood Aqueduct. Depending upon the mods, I may do 10 minutes of farming in here. Invaders are fine. I'm okay with invaders. If the rest of the groups look like they're wanting to do Blood Aqueduct runs, then I'm perfectly fine to do it with them. Oh, Delirium. Nice.
What's the worst that could happen?
Definitely want to try and keep up with that guy at the front. Oh, that was a humility. Sulfur Flask is something I should use at some point. Come on, get a rallying cry off. There we go. So I'm going to actually pick that one up. I believe the Carrying Crow to be 4 times as common as Humility here. So that gives you a bit of a sense as to what the actual rarity of Humility is. If you want to track until you get like 20 Carrying Crows, that should give you a sense as to how much variance is affecting the number of humilities you get, and how many humilities would be dropping normally. These monsters are really tough at this point with Delirium at this height. I think the person that controls Delirium is set on trying to get 4 levels, which is a good idea. Yeah. At this point, I think you can just close it. Whether it does that or not, I don't know. What on earth is going on there? Oh, it's Mother of the Swarm again. Dropping monsters everywhere with Delirium. Come on. Get rid of that. End that Delirium, please. This is getting nuts. Not going to get any more rewards out of it. 5 seconds. 3. Nah, it's kept it going. It's determined to try and push for 5, I think. Oh well, if you can do it, you can do it. And let's see what we get in the way of loot. I'm hoping for a cluster I could use. Nah. I'll take it, but I don't think anyone really wants spell block ones. Okay, that was kind of fun. Let's have a look at spending some passive points at this point. Holy load screen. There we go, that's a bit better. Wow, that was a long load screen there. Does not feel like a solid state drive loading it. It feels like a normal hard drive. Okay. Now at this point I may wish to, spend these points first. Which is going to be filling out the... I'm getting Elemental Overload at this point, which is good news. Then I really need to go and do the Cruel Labyrinth. So there's Elemental Overload, which is going to be a significant damage increase once I get to the point of being in my real build. And I'm taking this cluster socket here. which is then going to be, the rest of my tree is pretty much going to be the cluster jewels. I may need to take a couple of other little things here and there. There's a node that I want to take. But at this point, I think let's drop from this group, and then we will go and collect all of the outstanding skill points. So, drop to Act 6 and go and do the bosses that we skipped there. So that's in the Prisoner's Gate for Abrath. These breaches are not going to be very good for XP anymore, I don't think. Wow, lag up, like absolutely crazy there. That was shocking. So Splinters is off. I'm picking up. Well, I'm intending to use a lot of them to get myself Xoph's Inception if I don't end up just buying it. I have to have a look at the price on the bow now. Oh well, when I hit 64. But there's not much point in me killing too much in here. It's all super low level stuff. XP penalty is really significant in this zone because I'm 13 levels over the zone. And additionally to the XP penalty, you've got the drop rate penalty on items is considerable as well. Like I think it might be about 15% for currency type items. Not sure if I want to tank that or not. Okay, this is really bad damage. Yeah. Anyways, it's only a couple more levels of this. I deliberately did tank it there just to see what it was like. Alright. Abrath, you're going to go away in a sec. I'm just standing in the fire and not even caring about it. It's that weird mix of being way too tanky and having way too little damage. Normally when I'm playing, I'm the exact opposite. And off we go into the second fight. Did I just break him out of his spellcast there or not? No, I didn't. Just felt like it did for some reason. Just using Vile Earthquake as an extra damage source there. I think it's worthwhile. It's certainly good in multi-target, but I think it's worthwhile even single. Alrighty, so that's Abrath down. At this point, we will Town Portal. And we will go and get the other god that we need to get, and then pick up the skill points for them. So this is the Riverways because it's got the offshoot to the north. I can never remember which zone it's in, just that tells you. And it's always this way. This is one of the zones I do usually know the layout of. Almost always this way. There it is. There's the wetlands. Here we'll find Rizlatha. The chaos that we caused after we killed Oak in Act 2, because everyone kills Oak in Act 2, allowed Rizlatha to take up residence here. Good old law of unintended consequences. Got lots of invasion bosses. I don't really need to kill them. Unfortunately, my divination card doesn't seem to drop from low-level stuff. I must have stealth changed it back to drop level 80, or maybe PoEDB was wrong on that. Do I want an Abyss Jewel? I will look for an Abyss Jewel, yes. Just... it's low tier, so it can't roll very many mods, but it can still roll some. May just be maybe worth my while having it as an option if I get one that's a ranged attack one. So that's the Searching Eye Jewel from memory. Murderous Eye for the ones that are melee attacks, and then there's the Hypnotic Eye for Spellcaster. Alright, there's our Abyssal Trove. Hypnotic Eye, that's of no use to me at all. Okay, so let's go get Rezlatha down now. It'll be interesting to see if there's any invaders in there with her. I'm so over level for this zone that it should still be trivial, even if there are. As long as there's not like 8 or 9 of them. But it looks like there's none. Just do this stupid thing first. Okay, and then there's one more to go. Then we can push to 64. Once we push to 64, then that's the end of everything that we need to do with the build in this crangled state, and we can start playing properly. I think I should just be able to face tank everything she does. Yeah, with Rallying Cry I can. Just stand in the goo. When my health gets a bit low, pop Rallying Cry, recover a stupid amount of health from that. Val Earthquake off. This is a character that's in the Mayhem event. It's going to be a Burning Arrow Cheiftain, but for the moment it's absolutely terrible until I get the bow that it really enables that build. So it's the same build I've been playing yesterday. I just got to get to level 64, then do a trade. Then it will feel like a new build. Well, then it'll feel like a build that works. I should have actually gone Fireball leveling instead. I think of instead of attacks. But anyways, that's the one. Xoph's Nurture. That's correct. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that I'm right. That is level 64, because it'd be really stupid if I'm wrong on that front. So I'm just loading PoE.Ninja in the background quickly. I am hyped for... I'm hyped for Endless Delve. Cyberpunk wasn't really on my radar. Not a lot of people are really stoked about it. But yeah, I wasn't really waiting for it. What I've done with as far as the respecking side of things goes, I've actually just been playing it using the endgame setup. So it is indeed level 64. The problem I'm going to have when I go to equip it is that the Xoph's Nurture Bow has a very high dexterity requirement. I have to solve that as well. So I'm going to have to do a lot of trading to solve that issue at that point. But yeah, Cyberpunk is interesting. Like, I know a lot of people are super hyped for it. For me, it wasn't on my radar until all of the discussions about it came up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's interesting, but wasn't really something that I was hyped for. Oh, I've got 3 skill point pickups here. I must have... I didn't get the one for Tukahama either. That was dumb. Okay, so at this point, I need to pick up this dexterity node. That's going to be absolutely essential. I'm going to absolutely have to have that. And then... this is the tree that as we want it. We're 128 dex. That's okay. That's only another 50 to get for Xoph's Nurture. That's not too bad. Sorry, 60 to get. That's a little bit worse, but that's 2 items. I should be able to manage that. Do I have any more dexterity clusters, I wonder, that I can take in the interim? I've got this node, which is a 2-pointer. I kind of don't want to take a 2.30 stat node if I can help it, but it is an option. I'd have to respec it later. What else do we have in one step away from the tree? Not really anything. Okay, so that's where we stand at the moment. Let's go with the passives check. So slash passives tells you all of the quests that you've done that gave you skill points, but it will not tell you the ones that you have missed until you've completed Katava. Once you've completed Katava, then you get everything. Starkonja is an excellent idea, actually. Why don't I do that? I think I should just do that. I can then use something else later. Let's have a look how much Starkonja is to pick up at the moment. Starkonja's head. Oh wow, it's already 2 chaos as well. So let's have a look at Xoph's Nurture price-wise. Should be very cheap. It's 11. What about Xoph's Inception and a Blessing of Xoph? Xoph's Inception is basically free. It's a 1 chaos item. Let's go a Blessing of Xoph at this point. And Blessing of Xoph is... Blessing of Xophs are a bit higher. Alright, I can see at the moment. Okay, so on that basis, it's better to buy a Xoph's Nurture. And let's see if we can find one. There's not very many of them being traded. I'm just currently in the... I'll tabbed out of the game and looking in trades. And I should also ascertain what I have in the way of currency. I have 13C. That may actually be enough to get as Xoph's Nurture. 12 chaos, perfect. I will buy that one. It's affordable, so I will take it. It's the only one that's affordable, so hopefully they're actually selling it and not. Oh, good, they're for real. I will teleport to them when they go to their hideout or something. I'll jump to mine. Make very certain that they trade me as Xoph's Nurture and not as Xoph's Inception. Divided hideout, perfect. Because there's always someone that tries to do all sorts of shenanigans like that. Okay, trade. So I just need to pick up 1 more chaos and then I'm good for this. That's Xoph's Nurture, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Also not that badly rolled. I will take that. And now I need to get 1 more Chaos Orb, and then at that point I should be able to pick up a Starkonja's. Why is this thing here? Why indeed is that thing there? It's just something if I re-roll a character I might want to use it, otherwise it's just rubbish. Global crit chance. Accuracy, traps, no. No, that can go away. Granite Flask I do want to keep. That's got potential. And unfortunately, that's where I want them at the moment, not the Fragment tab, because I don't want to use 1,000,001 tabs. This might be worth something. I need to just check. It was rolled nothing. No, it's too low a level. I'm just going to sell it and probably regret lowballing it myself. But we'll see. If I get 1,000,001 requests to buy it, then we'll do it. We'll deal with that. One person's just going to get lucky and get it for basically nothing. Alrighty, so let's have a quick look at what is in Blood Aqueduct today. Whether there's anything particularly tasty in there or not. Tormented Spirits have been surprisingly fun. This is Breaches. Breaches should actually be pretty good for getting Tabula in here. Not that I'm really going to use a Tabula if I get one, because I've got Ignite Prolif on the bow. That's the first person to get in Ulnatol's domain. That really surprises me. That there's not been people in there yet, unless it's one of the upgraded versions of Ulnatol's domain that's an uncommon one, like not the top tier, but one of the first time someone's gotten into one of the intermediate tier ones. this should get me... This breach might even get me to a level. I didn't quite, but it came close. At this point, I'm going to do this zone until 64. Once I'm 64, I'm fine. In fact, 64 may just be one run. Let's see if there's any public parties up for this zone. No, there's not. It's interesting. It should be getting a lot of splinters at least. And there'd be plenty of people, like anyone that's been going hard can beat Ulnatol, at least in the 75 zone. Like I haven't been going hard, so I'd be nowhere near beating him. But like if this was a normal league start, I'd be able to. By this point, kill Ulnatol for sure. I don't even usually go for a powerful boss or early. Alright, that's 61. Getting there. 3 more levels, and then we're good to go. Really slow at the moment, but that's to be expected. I'm just going to open this as a public party. This will be faster. Yeah, it just comes down to the popularity, really, doesn't it? It's like whatever people want to use. Alright, so this one's a Tull Breach Stone. With my Krangled Cold Resist, I have to be a bit careful in these. And that's actually going to be something that's going to throw me for a 6 when I do my respec. I'm going to have to deal with all my resists again. I'm just going slow and casual, mate. I've decided not to go particularly hard. I've also been quite busy IRL this weekend. This is very much 0 DPS at the moment. I'm planning on respecking in 3 levels, and the build basically doesn't work until then. So yeah, it's really slow. Honestly, that's why I put it up as a public party. I should update my weapon, I just haven't done so, which is, like, it's the laziness. I don't want to go through the process of crafting a new one, only to then get rid of it in 2 levels' time. But it probably would be worth my while doing so. Foul Earthquake is fun though. Like even when it's doing 0 DPS like this. Like it's just one of those impactful buttons to hit. What's everyone playing themselves in this league? If you're giving it a go, or are you sitting it out and just saving for Endless Delve or even for Cyberpunk? Oops. What was that? Something's... Oh, that's because yeah, the breach mechanic. I was on the edge of it. Edges of breaches are really bad news. I should know that. It's a mistake I shouldn't make. Yeah, Blade Blast Assassin's really good. Are you going hard on that, Cheiftain? Like, are you pushing 95 or even contesting a demigod? Or are you just having a bit of a chill, crazy experience? Oh yeah, how's Splitting Steel been? That been a fun one, or? That's a skill I haven't played, is all. Oh yeah, See, my attitude to those drawings is just that I'm probably not going to win anything, even if I do go eligible for all of them. And also, like, even if I do win a prize, it probably won't be one that I want. Yeah, off-screening stuff is huge, obviously. I've got to say, just taking this event casually and stuffing around a lot has been a lot of fun. Highly recommend it if you're if you're someone that usually goes hard, just to have one event that you don't. Play something off meta. Oh, play something off meta and silly. Do stupid stuff. Like, you just getting swarmed like this is cool. It's like it's a very different feeling to the way the game normally is. Yeah, the 3-week league should be good. I mean, it's the same principle as this, but obviously you've got longer and there's a bit more and different variety, really. Hang on, that doesn't sound right. No, it's like there'll be more different types of special events in zones, because you'll get the combinations, like having Beyond and Breach or something like that. Yeah, Harbingers are nuts though. Like, there's so much loot, so much XP, but they are a hassle. Alright, let's pull those into the breach. That was a mistake that I made in the last one of these zones that I got away with. I was fighting monsters outside the breach because I wanted to get to the blue pack, and that was a mistake. You want to pull them into the breach, because otherwise when monsters spawn on the breach, you can't actually hit them. Pop that strongbox stuff, and then lots of monsters to kill. Alrighty. Almost there. I might actually just push forward in the story, rather than farming this zone, because I got to do it anyway, and I don't think there don't seem to be any groups for this zone. Let's have another look on that. Actually, there's really no groups up at the moment in Act 9. Maybe I will just put A9 start and people will join. And go faster and get carried a bit as well. Till 64, at which point I will drop out, and then I will get the build going. It'll be Cheiftain, Burning Arrow, Ignite, Prolif. I just bought a Xoph's Nurture for it, although it's only 3-link. So I'm going to try and 5-link that if I can. We'll see if anyone joins in here. One of the things that's really noticeable, the invasion monsters, and that was a big lag spike there, invasion monsters are much better than I think anyone expected, because each one of them brings a pack with them. So the zones that have invaders are so crazy dense. Like, here I'm not really bothering killing the invaders, but I am killing their packs, and it's just so many extra monsters. Like all these skeletons for the invader. Go through and... they're respawning. Okay, that's no point killing them. They won't give XP beyond the first time. Cold damage is really bad for me at the moment. I have basically completely crangled cold resist. So, there it is. Oh, keep pushing along. Someone may join the public party soon. Invaders in Merc Lab, oh. That's always fun. That must be interesting, like, that's super dense, hey. Which zone is it in? Like, is it one of the first ones, or is it, Oh. Yikes, lots of damage there. That monster was hitting real hard. I need better flasks. I've got a ghosted invader. That's why the damage is so high on it. Okay, so this, I think that's Shintik the Inescapable there. Second zone, oh no, that was Shintik. Shintik is aptly named the Inescapable. Oh, cool, we got someone else joining now. That's always good. Where are they? I'll drop a TP for them. Oh, Cell's tile set's nasty. Alright, here we go. Now I'll get carried for a bit. Submerged Passage. Is it Tormented Spirits, or is it something else? Because Tormented Spirits were the ones that were nuts. Ooh. Tormented Spirits with Hillock was the craziest thing I've seen so far. And, oh my god, that lag is terrible. I'm still on Australia Realm as well. That's the realm that I prefer to be on. Yeah, this character's got some nuts damage for this level. Hoping that I'll be more like that once I've at least got a 5-link on what I'll be using. Okay, here's our Vastra Desert exit, and off we go. This should be getting a bit more, a bit faster. 61, almost 62. Not counting or anything. I really like the MTX effect that guy's using. It looks like he's got is that an invisible effect blade vortex? I think. Looks like it. He's got something around him. Oh, maybe it's a Pride Aura with some effect on it. But whatever it is, it looks cool. All right, that's 62. Getting there. Continue zooming along. That's the exit we can't use yet. Oh my god, that is unbelievable lag there. Ashling, I will just really worthwhile. Oh, that's why I'm on the Amsterdam realm. So there's Ashling. I'll just catch up. This dude is really moving it. Good. Yeah, there was very big slowdown there. Have a look at I'm having a quick look at OBS. OBS thinks that it's working. So that's the game client. Let's go to the foothills. The foothills zone is great for leveling. I think it's a really underrated zone. A lot of times I prefer this to the Blood Aqueduct if you ever want to level up. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, as soon as I go through the mirror, I think we may actually crash at this point. No, we didn't crash. I thought I was going to crash there. I control a delirium at this point, which is always a fun position to be in. In multiplayer setups, the person who activates the delirium mirror controls it and can end it early if they want to. I'm just trying to keep up with the person that's got the super solid damage output. If I can get ahead of him a little. No, not with this latency, I can't. If this lag continues, I'm going to call a stream off early, and then come back after I've done the respec. And a really unfriendly thing you can do with Delirium in a group as well. I'll mention this even though it's a pretty dirty act. You can hit the cancel. You can run away and then hit cancel the Delirium, and if you do that, you'll get all the loot. Because it'll all drop at your feet. That's if you control a Delirium because you were the one who went through the mirror. Don't do that though. As I say, it's reasonably unethical thing to do in game. That Chaos Orb there, someone's as soon as they go through the door, having walked away from that Chaos Orb, it's going to go. Let's cancel it here. I'll do it fair when everyone's got a chance at the drops. Okay, what's that cluster is area damage. I don't care about that. Actually not a terrible sword for this area of the game. If that's... I know what's going on with that person and their Chaos Orb. That's the last one I need to buy a Starkonja. So I'm going to grab that. That's, I've done the right thing, I've waited for them. Yoink. I'll take that. Now I can afford a Starkonja, which should allow me to equip Xoph's Nurture. What was that cluster? It was area damage. Alrighty, hopefully the frame rate drops we've been experiencing will clean up. Oh, we got another Delirium. 2 in a row. They're 5% in the axe, and that increases a little bit in maps. So 5% of zones will have it, but for each league mechanic in effect in that zone, I believe it adds 1 or 2%. So once you start using lots of scarabs, they go a bit nuts. Having someone with a Divine Shrine that's doing a lot of damage is just nuts. Like, if you can keep up with them, they will just be a wrecking ball through everything. So now it looks like we're looking for the Trial of Ascendancy, which should be down here. No, it's not. Maybe it's past the waypoint. Getting very close to hitting level 63. Which will be nice, because then it's only one more to go. One more till we can play the build properly. Someone just got ganked by an invader. That's going to happen more and more the further we go through. Because those things are no joking matter, especially with Delirium amping up their stats as well. These are we're a long way from the entrance to this zone, so the Delirium has had a lot of chance to scale up. Alright, now we got 5 seconds till it goes off. And so we'll grab those rewards at that point. Stay near the person who I think controls it. I had that wrong. They didn't control it. Oh well. It means that I'm not going to get any of the rewards because I won't be near them. Okay, so for that reason, we'll push on. I need to start getting my hands on cluster jewels soon as well. I don't need to have good ones, but I do need to have some basics covered. With Ignite, so much of your damage is based upon, is amped up by cluster jewels. They scale incredibly well. Now let's go grab that shrine, just to stop it from being a nuisance more than anything else. This is a Harbinger zone, so this will be nuts for XP farming this level. In fact, if I just stick with this guy, I can probably leech the whole level in this zone. Assuming he actually kills Harbingers rather than just kills one lot of monsters then moves past them. Oh, you got your Merc Lab done? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I should actually pick up Horizon Shards early. Oh, I said I was going to pick them up, then I didn't, misclicked. Yeah, one of the things with Merciless Lab, if you know the Azaro fight, it's okay if it just takes ages. Like you can do Labyrinth just fine with really low DPS if you know the fight well. Someone's on the God at the moment. It looks like that's useful. That will be that's something I've got to get done at some point, so may as well be now. Usually I would do that a bit later, but I'll take. I'll let them do the work for me. Jump in here. Oh wow, laggy. So the mechanics of this fight are something that a lot of people sort of tend to die on this a lot. There's a couple of things. There's these Darude sandstorms that are everywhere, and then when the boss does its sort of like phase run animation, that means that it's about to charge at someone. You probably can't dodge some of those hits, so you want to make sure that you're at full health. Like you can dodge them, but they're really hard to dodge. And then there's the second boss, so there's two bosses here. So at the moment it's in phased out for a bit. Here it is. And there's the Sekma Feather. Then pick who you want to give that to. Lots of people don't like... there's one of them that's a woman, one of them that's a man. Lots of the playbase don't like the woman that you can give it to. I think she's a horrible character, so I'll give it to her just to annoy them. This group's got some solid speed through here, through Act 9. This is pretty fast for a pug that's in a zone that's got all this extra craziness going on. And it looks like people have... oh no, they haven't found the way forward. They've found one of the side things. Kitava at minus 16 lightning resistor. What does he do that's lightning damage? There is something from memory. But it's mostly it's a fire res fight. I had a horrendous Lunaris Temple level 2 because my cold resistance is still like 30. So this is Tormented Spirits. That's scary. That mod is the most dangerous of all of them. So people are definitely going out of their way to kill the spirits rather than letting them possess things. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what the lightning is. They're pretty easy to dodge though. So they're kind of alright. So Oh no. No, it is out. It is this layout. One of my least favourite tile sets in the game, just because it's so hard to navigate. I always get lost in this zone. Same with the map version of it, actually. There's a map drop, which dropped for me, so I'll grab that. Yoink. Good to have a bunch of tier 1 maps when you get to endgame. Shortbow, Quill Rain. That was interesting. I thought that was allocated to me, but it is permanent allocation. Doesn't really bother. Oh, someone's picked it up and put it down. They've been rejuggling their inventory. So those chance orbs are really good for early on for Zana, for buying out her inventory. And this is really strange. This is definitely not permanent allocation working. Not that I really care about loot in this league, but still, this feels like the other setting, the loot. What's it called? Free for all. What it feels like. Well, he's not doing very much of anything. Okay, that is that zone done. At this point, we may as well just port back, and then we'll go on to some of the other zones in the area. Alright, let's just... no, I don't have the acid myself. So do I care about this? Like, it's not half bad with crafted, but it's not good enough. I'll just vendor it as is. I'm not even going to bother with it. So let's give Irasha the feather just because that annoys people. And that gives me a skill point. That's good to have. There's also the Garakan quest will give me a skill point. Youch, so slow using this now. Just vended one of your veiled items. What are you going to do about it? Boiling Lake, perfect. That's where I want to go. And this will get me to 64. After which, respec time. Someone asks in chat, "Oh, should we go to the Boiling Lake next?" And it's like, already there, mate. Already there. I will stay through to the end of Act 9 if this group end up... like, given that this group is solid, I will stick with them to the end of Act 9 if they're running it. And what's that armor? It's the Foxshade. I think that's what it is. Or is it Ashrend? It's one of the low tier ones. That drops a lot. I'll take a Chaos Orb. That will be very useful soon. In case I can't get a 2C Starkonjas, I can now afford a 3C one. Okay, so at this point we will jump out of here and we will go to do the end of Act 9, which will get me to level 64. So, jump to the quarry, turn in everything, and then start running towards the bowels of the beast. If I can actually click Sin. I've got a huge number of skill points available, and that's going to be all spent when I get my first cluster. Alrighty, so in we go, Belly of the Beast. This zone is kind of horrible. Also one of the most unnerving zones, just in terms of the appearance of everything. It's really sort of disturbing. Positioning of some of these breaches is awful. Can't dodge hitting them sometimes. So breaches are normally the least, normally the very least of the intrusive of the mechanics of this league, or of this event, getting 10 breaches, because it adds a lot of monsters, but you control when you fight them. You clearly are very fast moving as a Pathfinder. I'll follow you. I'll assume that you've actually confirmed that these are dead ends. No, this guy's always in a dead end. You would have thought you'd known that. Had a whole lot of corrupting blood there and just didn't care. It's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Over the top tankiness. Alrighty, almost there. So close, so close, so close. And that's 64, so I can respec now. But we will do the rest of Act 9 because this group is worth finishing it with. I'm not going to solo one of the wings of the Depraved Trinity prep though. Oh, that's right. There's one more zone first. Okay, here we are, Black Core. Out of that carcass map. Just heard something drop out there. I'm curious what it was. If it's just fuse, and it's for someone else, so that's fine. All right, let's just go in one of these that someone's in. I think. Oh, this person's level 74. No wonder they're absolutely smashing everything in terms of killing stuff so fast. Even in Gauntlet practice, I didn't get level that much before this area. Cartographers, Strongboxers, you should Vial in the storyline as well. Something I haven't seen people doing here. Corrupted maps are useful. Okay, when that person's ready for when they've done their trade, they should hopefully send me a message. Okay, we've actually managed to get someone back in. There's groups that does that handle someone dropping for a trade better than most groups do. Alright, now we'll find out which of the zones need to be done still. I'll go do the Raise Despair. Oh, someone's already done this, I think. There's a TP in there. Yeah, so Doedre will already be down. That's useful. Or someone's fighting her now. Yeah, someone's fighting her and died. This is a boss that is very difficult in unless you outgear her a lot. So I'll step in and see what's going on. She goes into shrieking mode. Yep, she's having a screamer. I don't care. I can tank that. There, somewhere that being tanky really helped. So the thing with corrupted maps, sorry, Victor, I got a bit sidetracked there. I just saw your comment. The reason corrupted maps are good is that they will have much higher, like they'll be pre-rolled for you, and they'll have much higher quantity than usual. So you'll just get a lot of loot in them. Which Dodre are you talking about, Victor? I think Acts 4, 8, and 9 were all scary. I thought that 9 was. I thought that Act 4, a lot of people said was really scary. I didn't find it that bad, but maybe that's just because I was over tanked. Act 8 Doedre in practice was rough, and Act 9 was nothing compared to Depraved Trinity. Depraved Trinity was the hardest boss in the game. Oh yeah, see, I was super careful of that. So I was expecting everything that the boss was doing. Depraved Trinity though, oh my god, that was horrendous. Yep. The temporal chains one is nasty. So this is the boss that was the hardest one in the gauntlet by far. So many things that can shotgun and that are just brutal. And also you've got, you're doing it with massively crangled chaos resist. Alright, let's pop up a Val Earthquake for this part. Oh! We're going like one frame per second there for that part. I don't know what it is. Like, this game in multiplayer generally doesn't work all that well, but that was really bad. Yeah, extra projectiles is nuts on Trinity, but so is the speed. The 20% action speed as well. It's just so many nasty things all in one package. Because the action speed made it so much harder to dodge everything. Alright, so that's Act 9 completed. And now at this point, I think I'll just say thanks. All off to respec into my actual build. You can't drop a... How do you do it? Here you, that's right, you talk to Lily Roth. Hey, Helio, I'm good. Just taking it pretty casual in this event. Just done Act 9. Pretty much got carried through because my build doesn't work till 64. It's going to be a Burning Arrow Ignite Prolif build. So I'm at that point now that I can do it. Yeah, I can. But yeah, just basically join a public group and let them carry me. One of those little tricks you can do. So, firstly, is this thing any good? I'm using rubbish. I'm using something I've really outleveled a long time ago, actually. No, it's not. It's going to be the resistor the problem. Why am I still using this helmet? I needed the intelligence, that's why. I hope I've got that sorted. Let's do the trading now. Pick up a Starkonja's, and then we will be good to go. So, jumping over to a trade site quickly. It's going to mean I can't see chat for a sec. And I'm just on PoE.ninja, having a look at Starkonja's. Starkonja's head, unique armors. And that's 2C is the listed price there. I traded it. I picked it up for 12 chaos off someone, which is the overwhelming majority of the currency I've looted this event. Okay, so we have this Starkonja's helmet, which is 15-minute old listing. Hopefully, this person is actually going to trade. Probably they're not. They are fantastic. What a legend. What a legend doing a 1 chaos trade. Kind of tempted to give them a tip as well. Oh, they're probably wealthier in League than I am. I never do 1 chaos trades. I don't put things up for 1 chaos except like in the first couple of hours of a league. Especially with just how long it takes to load into zones at the moment. I'm going to reboot the game client after this, because I think I may actually crash here, which will be really annoying. I hate doing that to people, but yes, the Path of Exile game... Oh no, it's not crashing. It's because they have all those crazy effects in there. Okay. Thanks. Why can't I use that? 138 dex requirement. So this is not going to single-handedly fix my dex issues, but I'm only 10 points off, so I can get that with passives. Let's take the 2-point dexterity node that I've got access... no. Or do I just take a 10... I think I might just take a 10-pointer if I've got one connected. Oh, that's probably good enough. Actually, yeah, that's what I want. I'll take versatility, because it's a solid node anyway. Now that gets me to the point that I can now go to my hideout and do all of the bench crafts I need. However, at this point, I'm just going to pause the stream for a sec, because I really need to log it off and log it back on again, and also to reboot my game client. So hang out there. I'll be probably about maybe 3 minutes until I'm back. Alright, so I ascertained the source of the problem. It is purely the Path of Exile client. So I'm closing that. It's going to take a little while to close. I thought I'd come back in and catch up on the chat while I'm doing that. So in terms of comments that have been coming up, yeah, Delirium Mists are terrible. Like for frame rate, absolutely nightmarish. And the Blood Aqueduct's Fog, I haven't really noticed that because I didn't spend any significant time in that zone. Okay, good. Now, Path of Exile has successfully closed. I'm just going to quickly hide the Path of Exile while I reopen it, just to get past the authentication page. Then after that, I will it'll go away from this black screen you see currently. Alrighty, almost there. Once we're back in the game client, we're good to go. Okay, let's remove this black screen, and we're back to it. Path of Exile, it wasn't enough to remove. There it goes. Yep, okay, cool. Took a little while to load that up. So let's go to my hideout, and it's time to do some socketing, and then we should be good. Hopefully I have enough fusings. I think I've got a few. Oh yeah, jewelers and fusings, which seems to be fine. So firstly, before we do anything else, quality. Quality improves your chances of hitting the rarer results with jewelers and fusings, which is something a lot of people don't realise. I'm just got to think, when do I stop rolling over 4 sockets? I'm not rolling over 5 sockets. However, I'm not... Oh, 4 link on the first try. That's good. That's what we want to see. That's good enough for now. I'm not going to spend any more on it until I'm in a position to 6 socket it. So, our support gems that we're going to be using are... ultimately, we're going to be using... Vile Burning Arrow, so we'll start with normal Burning Arrow. Deadly Ailments, burning damage, elemental damage with attacks, immolate, and combustion. Of those, none of them... well, combustion is absolutely essential. I think all the rest are pretty similar in power to each other. So for that reason, I don't really care. I just need a fair number of non-greens on it in that first linking section. So that is not useful because I really do need combustion on it. believe. So that would be good enough to use. That's good. That's what we want. Double blue, that gives us immolate, combustion. Yeah, we're set. We're good to start with this. Now let's get the Starkonjas into a usable state. Again, Armorous scraps first. And I will catch up on chat at this point too. Vile Burning Arrow will be no difficulty to get myself. So when it comes to 6 socketing later and 6 linking, yeah, I'm going to spam jewelers, and I have a rule for fusings. That rule is that if I'm 6 linking something, I do not roll over a 5 link unless I own at least 200 fusings. So that's the approach that I always take. And I also don't roll over a 4 link when I've got under 20. So firstly, let's get rid of this and see, does that ruin our... That doesn't actually ruin anything. That's good to see. Let's get this to be 4 linked. 4 socket, 4 link. And then we'll have to think on the colour scheme for this. Oh, come on. Oh, got it on the last one. Alright, that was being a bit silly, but anyways. So I need Enduring Cry. So I need to have at least... Enduring Cry in the helmet will be enough. So I need a single red in this. That will do. So your Enduring Cry. Now, let's have a look, see. This goes into the boots. Leap Slam. Bunch of like individual things that for themselves. This is... Why have I been using this for so long? I do that way too often. Let's equip the bow. Burning Arrow was sitting somewhere. There it is. Burning Arrow is on. Now we had... yeah, it is good. That is a good feeling, isn't it? Ignite Prolif is already sorted. We were going to be using... Sorry, what were the 2 blue gems I was using again? It's Immolate and Combustion. I will purchase those in Act 6. I hope I've actually done the quest to do that. Otherwise, we're going to... And Deadly Ailments is the green support that we're going to be using. Okay, so we're good to start. I hope I've done the Act 6 quest, though, that allows me to get Navali. Leap Slam is no longer usable, of course. I've got to remember that. I'll have to get a Flame Dash for that reason. And I haven't done the pre-quest, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to go and do the... I'm going to have to go and do this quest with a 1 link, I think. I did the library, but the library doesn't sell everything. So let's see how bad the damage is at the moment. All I've got is Ignite Prolif, and of course, yes, lots of extra monsters in here too. They're not going to be very dangerous, but this is going to be slow. The chance to ignite is really low at the moment, I think. I have to check what the actual baseline is. So this zone is actually kind of nuts, hey. I didn't even think of this. This is a zone that's really, really solid for farming when you get to it, I guess. Not that I need it anymore. I am liking the fact that I am still one-shotting even with a 1 link here. It's like you hit, and then the ignite takes them out, and then it proliferates to everything around them. So the damage projection is actually already there, even though I'm not really set up for it. It's like once I actually land a hit on an enemy, and the ignite takes off, it's enough. Loot Filter is really is showing a lot of stuff at the moment. That's because I'm using, because I'm back in a level 50 zone. Well, not even 50, it's much lower. Okay, let's have a quick look at that chat because it's fallen off my screen. Now I can see it again, good. So these are the thing with ignites is that there's so many things that scale ignite tremendously. Like the support gems available for it scale it more than attack supports will scale things. And with Burning Arrow, something else that's often forgotten about with it, it effectively ignites in two ways. It has the normal ignite mechanics, but it also has a weaker secondary ignite that it can stack on enemies as well. So getting 5 hits on a powerful boss is worthwhile. You'll see that he's burning faster as I get more hits on him, and that's because of the mechanics of Burning Arrow. So let's do a quick remaining count, because outside of maps you don't get that information on its own. Got to then go and hit that. So it's probably down here. Not sure where they all are. There we are. There's a big pack. Let's hit those, kill them. And once we get to under 5... Oh, there we go. We're done. Good. So let's jump out of there. And back in town. Let's check our resist situation. Our cold resist actually improved with those changes. So that's a good thing. Lillyroth is, of course, up here now. She's been accepted. So, get the regret orbs. And now we can purchase all of the remaining things we want. So, deadly ailments first. Deadly ailments support is good. Combustion, and Immolate's the weakest of the supports, but it is one that will work. You're talking about the range of Immolate's, the range that Ignite Proliferation affects. The range of it depends upon the gem level of Ignite Proliferation. So this is no, that's not it. So you'll see here that this one spreads to surrounding enemies with a radius of 14 for level 1. Level 8 is a radius of 16. Yeah, so that's the way. Xoph's Nurture is inherently level 20, so, I mean, you can't push beyond 20 with this bow. So that's the amount that it spreads, that it will do. So that's what determines how it works. I'll just dump all of this in here. What is this this belt again? That's strength, physical, and... Oh, I need to get Deity and Dawn. Deity and Dawn is just so clearly the right thing to use on this build that it's a no-brainer. And life 1 resist, that will do. I'll keep that thing as it is. Alrighty, now at this point we should have some real damage now finally. Let's go and hit Act 10 at this point. And I think we should be good. Just see if there's already a public party for Act 10 and where they're at. They're at the Ravaged Square, so I'll just say 8:10 start. And create a public party and let people join. There'll be a bunch of things I'll figure out that need to change as I go. I need to firstly change Burning Arrow to be on right click instead of Earthquake, because I will definitely just default to hitting that button. And I don't yet have Cluster Jewels. Cluster Jewels are going to be really important to get. So damage is sort of, it's okay at the moment. It's not outstanding, but it's solid. And I don't yet have my clusters going. And I also don't have my second lab. Second lab, is, that's ridiculous that I haven't got it yet. That's just me being lazy. Yeah, I'm not currently using a quiver at all. What was my plan on that? I'll just have a quick look on my plans. I think it was, I have my Path of Building open. I'm just checking that quickly now. I want a hunter item with life, dexterity, and fire damage over time multi. Ultimately, that was the thing that I want to get, and then the more extra stuff I can get, the better. But that's a starting point. I need to get accuracy somewhere as well, and that's one spot I could get accuracy. So notice what happens with the what you call it. You'll notice what happens with the Ignite Proliferations, that you hit an enemy and they catch fire and they set fire to everything around them. The mechanics of it are basically that the enemy, instead of it just being the enemy taking the damage, the enemy essentially radiates an aura, and you can see that faintly on the ground there. And that aura remains when the enemy is a corpse. So that's why I don't want to be destroying corpses in this build. I also have a bunch of gems from what I was using before that will need to change at some point to what I'm using now. I don't currently have Anger active. Anger will be a significant damage boost. Immolate needs to level. Immolate, like all my gems need to level, but Immolate is terrible at when it's unleveled. So every level that I get of Immolate is going to be a lot more damage. This is one of the invasion packs. Oh, should probably avoid that. So yeah, there's also there is a unique quiver that's pretty good as well. Signal Fire, I think, is the one that's pretty solid for this build. I could use that as well. But I think from memory, the best that was easy to come by was the one that I mentioned, the Hunter setup. There's some Jewel Absorbs for later on when we're ready to try and 6 socket and then 6 link the bow. Obviously, going from a 4 link setup to a 5 to a 6 is a big boost. And interestingly, no one seems to be joining this group at the moment. It really is. If you ever played public parties, it really is a. Oops! I just got swarmed. That was just being reckless and stupid. That's gonna be annoying because I'm so far away from everything now too. Gee, those fast attackers are nasty at the moment. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's me in League Start usually. What was I doing on a 4 link last league? My first 4 Watchstone Conquerors, I think I was still using a 4 link. I like public parties for the axe, and they're just fun as well. Like sometimes you meet some good people in them as well that you'll run with regularly or semi-regularly. I don't find them very good in maps. I find that they're actually like in maps, everyone's generally like people are a drag on your progress. Whereas through the axe, I think having extra players helps. But yeah, I did 4 Watchstone Conquerors on. I did my first 4 Watchstone Conqueror at least on a 4 link in Heist trade enabled. I think from memory. I really need to get. I need to decide on a move skill. Do I want Flame Dash or do I want Blink Arrow? I think I want Flame Dash. Blink Arrow's. Yeah. Yeah, like ultimately it's just one of those things where there's you obviously do want to upgrade it, but the game doesn't force you to do so for a while. And so you keep going and just keep taking a little bit longer on everything than you otherwise would. I'll get my few hits in on that guy, then let him burn out. I think these days it's pretty easy to do maps. It's a question of your speed, but you can do them. You can definitely do them. Oh yeah, Reeve is in a terrible state. Reeve's had no power creep, and there's been a lot of power creep in the game since Reeve was good. I mean, it does function. It does sort of work, but it's just going to be miles slower than anything else. Alright, Immolate levels are really good. Immolate levels will actually make it so... Because at the moment I'm basically using a 4 link. So there's Xoph's Nurture provides a link. But at the moment my Immolate basically isn't worth a link. It's maybe a quarter of a link. That will improve as I get more levels on that gem. And ouch, that was a huge hit from the guy that killed me last time, I think, as well. It's because he's using Molten Shell, same as me. And Molten Shell's really scary on enemies. Now, I could conceivably look for something that gives more damage projection. I think I will. Not sure whether that'll be something along the lines of Gloomfang, maybe. Something to give some chaining. Or maybe I could go with a quiver, like a bad quiver, but one that's got corrupted chain on a bad quiver, which is usually pretty affordable. Docility Incantrix is really nasty as well. Burning Arrow debuff stacks 5 times, and each one of them is 38% the power of the ignite you inflict. So essentially, it means that when you hit an enemy once, you've got 1.38 times your ignite, but when you hit them 5 times, you've got 2.90 times your ignite. So it's a way of ramping it up to about 210% of the damage that you deal on your first hit, if you keep hitting that same enemy full of arrows. I got invaders again here. We can go get... Yeah. I was fearing Valenta for a second and then I realised, hang on, no, Valenta's fine. This is not the gauntlet anymore. You can't tell the difference between trade and like when you're signing up for the event on PS4, is that right? There's a lot of stuff with PS4 that just, I keep hearing stories. It's like, oh my god, this is so far from a good console port. I just keep hearing more things that make me glad I'm on PC. Sulfite, I think, is interesting. I don't think anyone's really going to be doing delving in this event, unless they're trying to farm specific. What did I do wrong there? I'm just trying to think. I think I was just not doing enough damage quickly enough, and I wasn't fast enough to get my Enduring Cry off. Trying to think what else I can take from that one. That wouldn't surprise me at all, Victor. That would not surprise me at all. I know they're a bit behind in patch delivery, which is to be expected to somewhat, I guess. Yeah, Spectre Chest is Delve exclusive. Oh, that was the Embezzler one. That used to feel so lucrative in back in the day when you got an Embezzler into a monster, but nowadays it's the currency creep is so high that just doesn't feel significant at all. Doesn't really feel like a reward. It's like, oh, yep, another one of them. Have a look and see what's happening with no one joining at all. Unless there's another group that's at the same spot in progression, because normally people join one of these groups. Oh, so they have improved the performance, have they? I will just get this waypoint and then I'll have another look at the events. Okay, I could jump to the ossuary if I wanted. I'm actually kind of tempted to do that. Let's just join this person's group. This is one of the cheesy things you can do in public parties. Now I've got the ossuary waypoint. Oh well, I mean, not the ossuary one, but the zone. Just taking advantage of other people's waypoints is cool. I think they just got breached by something. Here we go, the breach going. Breaches are really good with Ignite Prolif. Like, you hit a couple of monsters, and then I've got to get under control first. But once you've done that, once a few of them are going, everything else should catch. There's a level up, nice. Oh yeah, Atlas completion groups are great. Yeah, a lot of damage issues here. Again, we're need Immolate to come through, and also this is just reminding me that clusters are genuinely really important here. Yeah, the trick that I use for Atlas completion usually is early on in the league. Once you've got like 6 or 7 tier 3, tier 4 maps saved up, just post a group and call it something like Atlas, early Atlas, and then people will join it, and then you run all of your maps. Lots will drop for you. Then you ask others, hey, do you want to run a few? And usually they'll run ones, and they'll just happen to own different ones. I'm just going to get myself the waypoint at this point, and then quick think. And now I'll just have a look and see if there's a party that looks like it's to Katava. No, you're actually ready. Now I'm going to drop from this group at this point, and then I'll just create A10. A10 all. That'll do as a name. And then I will go into a new instance of the... Oh, actually, no, I don't even need to be in a new instance of the ossuary, do I? I can use an existing one and just push forward. That person's already left it, but from memory, I've got to get... Is this where I get... This is where I get a trial. Hey, Philip, how's it going? Just going through Act 10. I've just done the respec, and I'm using a 4-link Xoph's Nurture. Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. Posting this, like doing it on stream has been a lot of fun as well. I'm definitely going to keep doing this. So I really need to get some fired up multi-on gear, as well as just some other gear that will add some damage in other slots. I've got my tree set up as I want it, but now that I've done the respec, it's time to start getting the gear, and I've got to do my ascendancies as well. That would be something. Would be quite sensible to have them here. Oh yeah, that's the trial, isn't it? The poison one. And there's this Elixir of Allure. That's right. I can't. That's the one that gives you some bad item. Oh yeah. This is actually going to be a little unpleasant to do this because I don't have a move skill functioning currently. Because I haven't yet got around to getting one that works now that I'm using a bow. Not that this is any danger really, it's just a matter of taking a little bit longer. Pop that Molten Shell when you need it. Because Molten Shell is really good. Alright, and that's our trial done. At this point, I'm going to stop doing a party. I'm going to go and get the second labyrinth out of the way. I can't remember if I've got all of the various trials for it, so I'll find that out pretty soon. And it's Regrets, that's what that one is. So, use the... Oh, I can't use it on the screen, can I? Use that, and now let's go get that labyrinth done. So, we will jump to the Aspirants Plaza. Harbingers as well. You're mentioning breaches there, but Harbingers are nuts for leveling. Lab is nutty, yeah. Lab is really a lot of fun with the Mayhem event in play. Like, 20 invasion bosses in this zone. You know what would be really bonkers, and I don't think it exists in this, would be the 83 lab. Like the various Uber Duber labs. The ones that were added in Harvest. I haven't looked up a layout for this labyrinth. I'm just going to run it. Should be fine without knowing the layout. That's only the second one. If it looks like it's going to take forever, then I'll look up the layout. So this is the nasty invader. He's harmless in this context. What, for running the labyrinth without looking it up? Or for standing toe-to-toe with the... standing toe-to-toe with that invader. This is only 55. Hey, Rubik, yep, I finally gotten around to it. To the respec. Currently a 4-link in there. Oh, the 83 one. Yeah, that would be nuts. What's going on here? Oh, this is one of those stupid things. Oh, I'll take it. Don't really care about that, but anyways, it will do. Yeah, the Uber Duber Lab was a great addition. It's just something that's... For people that like Labyrinth, it's something cool. It's something that brings back the feel of what 75 Lab was like when it came out, because that hadn't existed in the game. Like, the 75 Lab came out and it was brutal at the time, but there's been so much power creep since that essentially 75 Lab is now like what 68 Lab used to be. Actually, I remember fearing 68 Lab when it came out. I was a pretty casual player at the time. Oh, Park and Breach would be a great combination, hey? I want to know how much damage this guy does at the moment. I'm gonna face tank through. Oh, almost nothing. Oh, let's just ignore everything. That's the first trial done, or first fight with Azaro. That was as trivial as I was expecting it to be, being this over level. What am I? I'm 65, so I'm 10 levels over. Breaches in this zone are kind of cool. Not that I'm actually going to do anything really with them. I'll just kill a few monsters and then for gem XP. Oh, Ulnatol. Ulnatol's in demand, I think. People want the axe for the bonk bonk builds, so I'll kill a few more. Yeah, the 6 enchant one is definitely the hardest. Definitely the hardest of them. Although they're all sort of reasonably similar, but the 6 enchant one is harder than the others by a bit. One of these trap gauntlets. I really find this specific type of zone in the lab, these outdoors, like these outdoor trap-filled variants of Chateau map, are really obnoxious to navigate, even with the map. Yeah, the 6 enchant ones are super lucrative if you can do them. Make yourself a lot of currency out of them if you can get them down pat. Alright. I don't normally stand where I'm standing here. You see how I'm outside the breach? Monsters that are in that area can hit you and you can't hit them. Obviously, I'm over level by enough that you can get away with it, but you're going to be extraordinarily careful about that. And it looks like this is going to be a counterintuitive lab layout. So it'll be around here. Always, before popping a porcupine that's ghosted, I will always hit a defensive cooldown like Molten Shell. I actually hit both Molten Shell and Enduring Cry there because it's dangerous. Yeah, you can't get into it in this. I'm just saying it would be cool. I wonder if we'll see anyone commission divination cards for those. because that would then add them to everything in the core game. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, okay, there's one more room, that's why. Yeah, it's really dangerous, Renosian. It's something that very easy to get splattered by. I don't know the exact range, but there is a section. It's something that people learnt very, very nasty lessons in hardcore on when it was when the content was new. Just got to deal with this. Allies can't die, guys. Kinda nasty there. I really should get myself move skill set up. I'm sort of in that mode at the moment where it's like, this is getting frustrating. For all my physical mitigation, I'm actually not very good with traps currently either. Well, not physical, like just all the defensive layers I've got on the character now. I'm really weak against traps. I don't mitigate them well at all. I should grab that leather belt. I need a new one. In fact, I think I've been using one for way too long. Ultimately, I want Deity and Dawn, but this may just be something for now. Armor, Mana, Chaos Resistance, Bench Life. That's probably... I'm still using a magic one, aren't I? Oh no. Why am I still using this? 15 lightning resistance, which I don't need anymore, I don't think. Oh, hell. I'm using that from Act 1, aren't I? I just forgot about it. Whoops. That's my cold resist sorted. Or I could go with this one and craft life. Either of them will be better. I'll do it when I get out of the lab. That's embarrassing, realising that I hadn't got around to doing that yet. Could you go away, Exile, please? You're exiled. That means that you're meant to die in Rayclast. That's better. Get away from... That's one of the new Rogue Exiles there. I didn't actually get to see much of what he was doing. Just recognise that he's a new one. So the way it works, Philip, is that each hour... so each hour on the hour, so for me it's 5:25 PM at the moment, 5 PM to 6 PM, every zone has a specific mod rolled for it, and then at 6 PM it'll be re-rolled. Oh, we've got the dangerous lieutenants. I want to kill these guys. These are really scary because of the reflect. One of them has reflect, the ability to, hit you with a nasty reflect effect. I'm not really concerned about Azaro's hits at the moment. I'm concerned about that reflect. I think I've killed the one that reflects, but it will be there in the third fight if I hadn't. So, there we go. They're all down. Now at this point, I can just focus on killing Azaro. And there he goes. Yeah, so that's one of the things. That's going to be the case with the flashback event as well. So you can communicate with other players, and I believe there's a website that's been set up that someone's running that tracks them. And so people can report, oh yeah, I saw such and such. That's not guaranteed to be right, but it often is, except on weird and wonderful zones. Like any zone that's that you've got easy access to, it will usually be right on. Here's that Ignite Prolif doing its job. You hit one enemy and then everything around it starts getting hit and dying as well. We've got a Roomba on the ground there to watch out for that thing. I will go outside the breach, even though I was saying before don't do it. Like the boundary is dangerous, but it's pretty safe in a 55 zone. And Combustion's leveling up. Combustion will be a big source of damage. I think it's the most important of all of the support gems for this build. Okay. Start getting a bunch of stuff killed here. Pop that, and get a couple of splinters that I want. Oh yeah, freeze prolif is so good. I think freeze prolif is the strongest of all the proliferate mechanics. Like it doesn't kill things, but it just neutralizes so many, and it makes Herald of Ice insane. Like Herald of Ice is just obnoxiously overpowered with that, but so much fun as well. Alright, I'm going to guess that it's in the top right of this zone. Usually it's clockwise in this zone. So we'll have a look and see if we can find it. Again, not looking it up. Rogue Exiles again, so got to be a bit careful. There's a lot of them there. And they can... damage can add up. Yeah, there's a bunch of things that can do that. You can do stuff like that that's really cool in conjunction together. Oh, that's just a silver key. Silver door. Silver doors, for what it's worth, I don't think are worth doing in the labyrinth ever. Like I usually... because they're quite a hassle to get to as well. Really missing that guy a lot. These, on the other hand, these chests are always worth hitting. Good strong boxes, the Arcanist ones. Can't pick up that Chaos Orb, why? There, that's why. It's not in the spot that it looked like. Oh, thanks, Kurt. Has been a bit of fun. And definitely ask questions as well. You know, like, there's always a lot of things that are in this game that are hard to figure out. The good thing about catching it live is that you can discuss stuff like that. Immolate's starting to get a bit better now. Be quite careful with the when I get low on life in this fight because of the traps being active. No, I thought Azara was going to teleport me then. Okay, there we go. He's down. And this room no longer has monsters in it. Previous versions of the Mayhem event, this room would be full of monsters. Like it would have one of the mods. And you could easily just get here and get killed. Spark clear faster. That is one of those things where there are solutions that are like really top end approaches. Like for instance, the various aura stacking effects. They're nuts. But I'm assuming you're not looking at that sort of high end. You can... How else would you do it? Like, careful use of Valspark. Yeah. I'm really not an expert on Spark. I'm just trying to think who's played it a lot lately. Path of Math has, but he's done it as a aura stacker, so it's not the same build. Projectile speed is an important stat for Spark. I know that. This is a huge damage node here. Yeah, I think... I mean, using Valspark is one thing I know is, like, you know, using it carefully. But, has Zizran run a Spark build lately? Like, not one that's an aura stacker, but a normal one. Yeah, fast ignites for clear, and bigger for single target is the way to go. I missed a labyrinth trial in the tunnel, so I'll go and get that done now as well. I also have a couple of gods left to do, but this is my last labyrinth trial, and I should actually got myself stuck in a spot where I can't get out. I just have to burn that guy down. What we got here? Oh, it's invaders. Let's get back to full health with that war cry. Oh, okay, so he played it beforehand, did he? In that case, yeah, I'd check him out. He'll know what he's talking about. And yeah, and Zizran really knows his stuff. Like, he's one of the very best players in the game. It's why he's probably the biggest streamer. It's because he just knows so much about the game. These invasion bosses adding extra packs is crazy. It's one of I underestimated how good invasion bosses would be so much. They're just incredible. Oh yeah, what was your feel on it? Oops. Spine snap. That's why you're scary. I've been meaning to play this for a long time, Junk. It's been been on my radar. I'd wanted to see how it feels, how it compares to Fireball, because I have liked Fireball Ignite a lot. What do we got here? Drool Scar's got to go away. I also need to pick up Anger. Anger is I've got to start leveling in Anger. And then redo all of my choices of reservations. I will still keep using Precision, and I'll continue using a fairly high level one. Oh, yep. Oh, we're starting to see a few more. Starting to see a few more 6 sockets now. That's always good to see. Here's our trial. I'll get that out of the way. And then after, it's Shintik the Inescapable again. This guy is so nasty. And he's ghosted. Okay, that's one of those instant hardcore rips. Well, instant logouts if you get a ghosted Shintik, but potentially a rip as well. I don't know if they did that last time, Kurt. I'm not sure on that front. You can count the numbers that reach 95 because they'll be on the ladder. Like every single 95 will be on the ladder. But I don't know with 90 whether everyone will be on the ladder or not. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of people that hit 90 but that aren't in the top 15,000 in level. Yeah. Oh, look, evasion versus mitigation is something that, like, people just have such different opinions on. They both work, ultimately. They just play very differently. And yeah, you just want to find your own style, find something that gels with you and play with it. Get that crafting recipe, and then we'll duck out to town and fix a couple of things. Scorching Ray and Flame Wall. Oh yeah, because they scale so similarly, don't they? Like both from anything that increases fire damage over time. That's a good idea, though. Which one of these was total rubbish? You were total rubbish. Okay. And why did I pick up a ring? I don't know why I picked that ring up, but anyways, it's gone now. Earthquake, don't need you anymore. Ground Slam, don't need you anymore. Herald of Ash, well, I can't remember what I was doing with you. Anger, I needed you, good. GMP, I want to... Why don't I just level that, actually? I'm not intending to use you at the moment. I can't... You're 16%. I was meaning to put you into a stash tab. Oh yeah, the one I'm wearing is rubbish as well. For the belts, I'll just swap them over at the moment and check my resist situation. It's cold. I don't have enough cold resist still. That can't get... Oh yeah, that's going to get life on it. So I'll just put life on this and it'll be fine. It's something. It's an upgrade. I don't yet have the Cold and Chaos craft either, which is something I could potentially use to fix that problem. So we wanted life on this. Can only get low tier on it. As still do. Now I don't have any space for cold resist. What was the deal here? What can I put on this as a prefix? I can add fire damage to attacks, can't I? That's gonna be the way to go. How much was that? That was only 2 elks. Good. I thought I may have done something stupid there. Now let's get a quiver. For the moment, I will just use any old trash tier quiver that I throw an elk on. And I need to get a Diadian Dawn as well. Need to set up my map tab affinity. Where is my map tab? There it is. There you are, little friend. You can have affinity, and then we will drop all of you in there. You're the person who sells items, aren't you? Yeah. Quivers, quivers, quivers. What are you selling me? Broadhead arrow. Oh, look, I'll just take that and I'll just throw some rubbish craft on it. Cold resist. Can I get a cold resist essence for that? I think I have a cold resist essence. Quiver. Oh, no, it's fire resist. What do I want to do? I'm just going to... I guess I'll just elk it. 45 life, and does that have... It doesn't have a free suffix, but I'm still fine with that. That's just solid enough. Now, chest. This has got nothing on it, and it's out-leveled, so let's get rid of it. And replace it with something better. What are you selling in the way of chest pieces that are pure armor? Pure armor chest, pure armor chest, pure armor chest. We're quite level 66 on General's Brigandine. That's... What am I? 65. One of you is pure armor, surely. No. That's rubbish. Alright, we'll just take... are you minimum level 54? 54. I'll take a half armor chest, I guess. 55, that's a bit better. 63, yeah, that'll do. I'll take that and I'll scour it. Scour it and then bind it, and we're good to go. This will be rubbish, but it will be something to use until we can get something better. That can then get cold resist on it as well. If I can actually type hideout. And after this, I think it's time to trade for our first cluster jewels. So, we want some cold resistance. Yeah, no, let's just go to the cheaper tier. I think it's enough. And how are we looking now? We have all of our resist capped before for pre-Katava at least. That's good. This goes straight to the vendor because it's garbage. This goes straight to the vendor because it's garbage. And this goes straight to the vendor because it's yeah, no, it's not good enough even on day one of a league. 4 modules though, even though there's no synergy, like anything with 4 mods can be okay. But it's probably not going to sell. Okay, Anger, you are getting equipped. I don't want you there, I want you here. And we are then going to check how we look for mana. That's pretty brutal. And that was, that's the what if I was to drop Vitality and gain Precision? That's enough mana to function. Anger's not going to be good yet, but it will get good soon. So I'm pretty happy with that. That needs to go away. I do not want that there. Next, we need to go and get some sort of move skill. And I'm just going to look and see what I had planned. So, just having a quick look at my Path of Building. I had Flame Dash. Okay, and I was just using it linked to Blood Magic. In the plan, I will go with that. So we have Blood Magic support will be in here. Not Bloodlust, Blood Magic. And Flame Dash. Not that one. It's one of these. Flame Dash. Excellent. Okay, so we'll put that in the chest because I've got the... That'll be trivial enough to get one blue in. At least I hope I've got a few chromes left. Yes, I do. So I just need a single red, single blue. Come on. One blue. One blue. One blue. There we go. Second last chrome. Sometimes the game just doesn't like me very much. And I can actually fit Second Wind as well. Yeah, look, I'm not someone that goes all that... like, I'm not someone that is necessarily the very best person at gear choices. But it is something that you can always, you can always learn something about. All right, there's our Flame Dash. Should have a Second Wind. Should give it a faster cooldown. I just want to confirm. It's only 5%, but that's still something. Alrighty. Now at this point, we've got the ability to zap around, which is really good. We're going to go back to the Ravage Square, and we'll do the rest of Act 10. Actually, let's see if there's a public party up for it, because that would be better. So, public parties, ossuary runs, no, that's not me. Let's do Act 10 main quests. Yeah, I agree, it is important, and, like, I just tend to go on I probably spend too little on what I craft there. Like, there. I probably underinvest in mid-level gear. You want to watch someone that really knows this stuff? Zizran. Zizran is an absolute expert on it. On crafting mid-level gear. And he's someone who does races, or he does explanation videos at almost race pace. So I remember him doing one in Betrayal. He did a video that was 4 hours long. Oh, sorry, 4 hours 15 long. Where he leveled all the way through the storyline, so, you know, Act 1 through 10, but he did so whilst explaining stuff as well. It was a really fantastic video, and I learned a lot from it. Harbingers and proc shields, these are nasty. These are going to be nasty here. Yeah, I haven't watched the Play With Me series, so they're good as well, are they? I'm thinking of one of the older ones, but I assume they're quite good. Okay, so we're starting to have some mana issues again. That's going to get worse when we go to a 7-link, like when we actually get sorted out properly. I need an instant flask badly too. This is a panicked flask, isn't it? No, it's not even a panicked. So I need to fix my life flask badly. Currently I have Enduring Cry, which is a panic heal of some sorts. It's basically like it's a life flask, but it's not enough. It's on like an 8-second cooldown or so. But GCP always good. Pick that up as soon as we can. Still want to pick up that GCP. Game is not wanting me to get there though. I need to get some Pierce on something. Just trying to think how to do that. There's the Shaper Boots, but they may not be that accessible yet. These things are really hitting hard here. And it is all about that proc shield. The proc shield is scary. Line-eye chest is a great idea, isn't it? Oh, hang on. That's only... Is that only socketed gems Pierce, though? Because I currently have it socketed in Xoph's Nurture. That's the reason Xoph's Nurture works, is it's only things that are socketed in it. Snake Pits is much rarer than the Shaper Boots. So I would assume that because Snake Pit's like a 1 in 50 drop from the Hydra, whereas the Shaper Boots are like either 1 in 2 or 1 in 4. Like they're really common. Can't remember whether it's the gloves. Yeah, I think it's the boots are 1 in 2, the gloves are 1 in 4, I think. Oh, monstrously hard hit there. Yeah, I gotta fix that flask. That flask is terrible. The other thing that's a bit of a factor is I have no accuracy on gear as yet, and that's something that's a real problem. Oh, these proc shields are nuts. Really, really an impactful mod. Like, they transform the way that the game plays. Having to deal with them makes them an effective mod, but whew, they can be rough. I haven't hit that mana flask more than I'd like. So the way that Pierce works is that projectiles can gain it from a number of sources, but when a projectile pierces, it goes straight through the target and scores a hit on them. So it hits the target that you fire it at, but it also goes through it. Oh yeah, yeah, Creeping Frost would be good for that. Any sort of, any of the cold AoEs would be. I think they're all immune to proc shields, because they don't need to get hits. I mean, they may hit, but the hit isn't what does the damage. I just say I'm really surprised that no one is joining this group. I have got it open, haven't I? Let's just make sure of that. But current party, yep. I'm the only person with an Act 10 group up of any description at the moment. Not sure what's going on with that. Okay, let's get there. And this hubby is dead when that guy dies, I think. I know that. Yeah, there they go. 20 harbingers is just so many, though. It's crazy. Like the amount of monsters that it adds to a map. I think that the gilded, not the gilded scarab, the winged scarab, I think adds 7. So it's like a triple winged scarab. I believe they do drop divination cards. They don't drop much loot, but I believe they drop some. Yeah. Infused beachhead, good point. Alright, here we go again. Get a few big hits in on this thing. It's definitely helping get those gem levels that I needed. Like, Burning Arrow doesn't scale as much with... Oh, oops. And that's undermining me getting those character levels that I want. I've got to get my auras back on as well. I might use this for a bit. Actually, I'll go without Anger for the moment. I'll let Anger keep leveling, but I won't actually use it. I think it's just more comfortable using using the super defensive route. Okay, there we go. Okay, zip. Let's go moving through this zone now. Let's don't need to fight everything. I'll fight where there's stuff in the way, but I'll mostly be moving forward rather than fighting every Harbinger. Look at my Vile Earthquake's still leveling. Oh! Gee, that was a hard hit. A lot of hard hits in a second. Alright, Engineer Shards are not worth picking up at all. Infused Engineer's Orbs are fun, normal ones are just lame. It feels so unimpactful. Even in this event where you've got all of the things you want that you could ever want, what do you call it? I had a mental blank there. I started saying something and I forgot what it was. You got all of the strong boxes you could want, but they still just don't feel impactful. Even on the better strong boxes, it's like, okay, get like an extra 1 or 2 items. But you don't know if the things that you get that are good drops, if they were affected by it, and they take so long to apply too.
I cannot do this yet.
Okay, let's deal with all these trash. And we're good now. Whole lot of skill gem upgrades. Most importantly, there was Immolate. Immolate will be quite a bit more damage every level it gets. And it's still got a long way to go. It's a very slow gem to get its first 10 levels. Something people may not have noticed yet on this event, it's been confirmed on Reddit. There's a bug at the moment where, and this is being left in place for the whole event deliberately, that completing a Shaper Guardian map gives you the entire Atlas completion. Mayhem mods on unique maps, I believe so, but maybe not all of them. I need to check that. Vaults of Atsri, I need to check what it does on that. I believe it does apply to all of them though. In the past, I think it has. Yeah, see, I usually don't know what the Strongbox mods are because I tend to just YOLO open them. Cool, we've got someone else in here. Assassin, so it's probably a very meta build. Assassins have been... Every assassin that I've been going with has been really strong. Shape a Guardian map. Best way is trade. Otherwise, you've got to do... you've just got to... Otherwise, you just got to keep doing maps until one gets awarded to you from a Atlas bonus. So you really just need to get your not your Atlas bonus, your you need to get your thing up really high. Your awakening bonus. That's what is the word I'm looking for. Cool. Yeah, Zana will give them as well sometimes. I do find that the vast majority don't come from her for me, though. Maybe you get your first one from her. But I don't think she can give you them until... Oh, no, yeah, no, she can. Sorry, I'm wrong. She can give them to you early on. What was that just dropped? Chaos Shards. Why do I have them on my filter as bright? I don't know. We're all doing damage over time here. Here we go. Now we've got a few people in. This group will fill fast at this point. Always happens once you get a couple in. Then everyone else will come along. I just tell him to use my TP rather than stuffing around trying to find us, given that he's going the wrong way. Oops. I feel like I've got like a level and a half in this zone. I could be wrong on that front, and remembering more enemies than or more level ups than I've got, but it just feels like it. So my divination card, Price of Protection, it doesn't seem to drop from the invaders in low level zones, unfortunately. I think PoEDB may have been wrong about its drop level. I believe it may well be monster level 80 required for drops. So that means tier 11 and up, red tier maps. But it's quite a common drop, so I would have seen heaps of them by now. Like it drops a lot from invaders. I usually self-compile a set within a league. Alright, we got someone who's a powerful ice shot build. This is going to be fun. Just incredible damage output that they have. Alright, let's catch up again. Do all of the gem leveling. Avarius is always an easy fight anyway. It's an easy fight mechanically, but it should be really fast with this group, I think. That's the life in Manacraft. That's good to know. Got that. Oh, yikes. It's always scary. And in we go. Let's do Avarius. Oh, that was actually quite a hard hit. Alright, now we need to take that back to town from memory. Need to return that to town. Give that to Bannon, then return, and we can do Kitty. I'm just going to get Katava out of the way at this point. Oh, like 2 frames a second for a bit here. Oh, so bad in town.
I fear I have not been.
And pop. There goes Bannon. We won't pretend to care about you. And off to the Ravage Square we go. Take the horns to him, and then we'll do Katava. And then once we've done this, we'll do the early mapping section. So, you know, just the prequel to get yourself a hideout device. Then I'll come back and do Merciless Lab, I think. I probably will do that after dinner, though. Put the stream off and take a bit of a break. We got invaders here. Blade Blast 16, no one actually wants it. I'm surprised by that. Oh, that lag. So you have Jun. Jun will be a single mission, so that's actually quite safe. I'm not going to go back for a 6-socket. It's pump. Laid back Guardian full of burning arrows. Oh, that Ice Shot character. They're a powerhouse, but they're also really bad to be around, by virtue of how laggy it gets near them. These 2 zones, I hadn't even thought of that. That's a good point, though. They could be good if you're wanting to farm, but I think just Park Map's a tier 1 from memory. That's going to be miles better. Because, you know, you got all your quantity. Yeah, I think Park is far better than this. Whole bunch of skill gems up. Yeah, tower depends on the mod, I think. Harbingers would be really good in there, but having nurse cards I don't think is that big a deal now. Like, there's not many people that can acquire 64 of them in trade in a week. These people exist, but they're a pretty tiny number. And a lot of people, there'll just be a lot less demand for Headhunter than usual this event. So this is a Harbinger one, so we got a sense. It still feels quite empty, actually. Tower's actually pretty linear. Gee, that guy's moving fast. I think I was getting none of the XP there. Anyways, up we go. Let's take the kitty out. Ah! Blasted lag. That was actually lag that time. Wasn't an excuse, that was genuine. I think that's probably just like the reason that that's probably the reason they don't have heist in there, but I just think that probably would have been too much extra effort to program. I just want to, yeah, I thought I could do that. Wanted to just face tank one of those with molten shells, see how bad it was. Answer was not very. Alright, here we go with a phase change. Been a pretty easy Katava so far. Just get 5 burning arrows into that heart. Probably try and pick up a Vaal burning arrow soon. I wouldn't call this slightly souped up standard. This is called Mayhem for a reason. I think it feels really chaotic. All of the zones, like. Let's get in this position. There you are. And that's a phase change. Final phase now. Get those 5 arrows in, then start hitting other stuff. And there we go. Kitty is down. Now I get to find out from /passives all of the different bosses that I've missed that give skill points. But I think at this point that is probably going to be a good point, almost to call it. I just want to do all of the prequel parts to getting your map device, and then I'll call it. That's assuming Oriath loads. Now, one very important thing: don't forget that Oriath has a crafting recipe in it. So don't forget this one. Crafting recipe here. So now let's do all of Bannon's side quests, which hopefully should get me level 67 as well. And these are chaotic at the moment too. These are madness. So normally these are really plain and boring zones. In this they are not. They are anything but. And the reason that they are that is because they are affected by the mods from this league. So 20 invaders in here. Yeah. It's funny how that catches people. Oh, why do I don't actually have any invaders in here? It's got the mod, but it just doesn't seem to actually put them in. So now we go to the Fallen Courts, and then that should be. Is it down here? No. It just has the mod for invasion bosses, but doesn't have any monsters. Ooh. Wrong button. I always hit the wrong buttons when I'm trying to get the world map. It's so counterintuitive that it's you. Anyway, it's over this way. So let's do the Fallen Courts first. And we'll see what zone mod this has. Strong boxes. Thanks, man. You have a good one. You have a good one, man. Have fun. Yeah, that's normal, Zoko. Early on in a league, 6 links are very expensive because there's just not many of them yet. If you want to farm them, you can run Vaal side areas. Like, stick your fragments into the map device. And they will create Vaal side areas. They have a modest chance of dropping them at the end. Drop 5 links often, 6 links are a bit rare. Don't know what's happened with the strong boxes that are supposedly in this zone. But yeah, I just use a 5 link for the moment. You get a 6 link at some point, but they're a huge upgrade. They're something you want to get, but they can wait. Oh, yep. That makes a lot of sense. The target farming, that's the Dapper Prodigy card that drops there, isn't it? Dapper Prodigy is a solid choice. Can you run? Have you tried running them 20% Delirious? Your Dapper Prodigy farming zones. That's right. You have to roll both of these twice. It's counterintuitive and weird. It's like one of those doors that you think it hasn't worked, but actually it has. So it says it's got strong boxes in this zone. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Xoph's Amulet's always really good. Did you have that drop in a Breachstone, or did you get one, or did you get it somewhere else? Eek. Those lightning traps are, they slow you down. I was forgetting that. I was thinking they were only dealing damage. They're like the Minotaur ones. Okay, we will in a sec. I'm just going to get these things down. These things are tankier than most rare monsters. Okay, so now you just stand our ground here. Those things actually hit pretty hard if it got through my Molten Shell in one hit. How much is Molten now? Still 1,000. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. That's our map device. I'll do one map. One map and then we're good. You know that saying, one more map, one more map. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Falling will get you a good way. I mean, really, all of a 6-link is what? Double and a quarter your damage, roughly.
I think I can put them pieces.
And double and a quarter damage is basically, well, I think that monsters go from like tier 9. That makes anything that can kill a monster in a tier 9 able to kill it in a tier 16. On the question of Exalts, I think it's uncharted territory because this is a league with a void this is a void league, which means there's a lot less hoarder demand for currency, and so that's just going to transform things. I'm not going to make any real predictions on the values of various things in this league. So it's Mausoleum I don't have. I'm going to run the park first. Let's have a look at what we roll on it. Burning Ground, Anti-Ailments. Anti-Ailments is annoying, but I can manage it, especially with it only being low. Monster Chain, yeah, that's fine. I can do this. And in we go. Let's run this one. I have to be a bit careful in here if it's got a nasty zone mod like Invaders or Torment. We'll find out in a sec. Rogue Exiles. So they're a bit scary, especially with Chain. Oh, yikes. Froze up. Unfreeze, please, game. Alright, Vanathagal is down. Now I'm safely in. That's always the tricky bits. Yeah, it's just because the the demand for Exalts is going to be really low in this. So there's people that are doing it as a people that are hoarding them early out of habit. I think they're going to get burnt in this league. All right, Igna, you're down. Good. That may actually be an upgrade, that belt, especially because I don't have good resist yet. That is not an upgrade. Oh, Labyrinth Trials, like at the end of the final room, you can have like 20 invaders in the final room of the trial, can you? That sounds like fun. Sounds like exactly the mayhem that they're going for. Like something just unexpected and crazy and zany. The reason that we play this event. Oops. Heal going. Oh, no, splat. I got my leveler, so that's alright. So that death was just recklessness, nothing more, nothing less. We'll go back in with anger this time. I don't know what level is my anger at the moment. It's only 7. Wow, that's got a long way to go. For trading in time of day, the more people that are on, like if it's American peak, then there's more people online, which both means that there's more buyers and more sellers online. I'm not sure that you'd necessarily say it's better or worse. It's just different. Probably the quietest periods are the most exploitable. Like if you're looking to seriously play Path of Economy, the times where there's the least people online are probably the best. Because you're the most likely to be the only seller for a particular item. Okay, Igna. Let's ignite you. No, fingerless silk gloves. It's I didn't realise they could drop this low in level, but that's of no use to anyone. It's going to be an item level 70. No one's going to want eye level 71, not when there's been plenty of people in maps for a while. So, yeah, I think the Xbox would be a totally different environment because you have the trade market system, don't you? There, same as the PS4 does. So you don't actually need to be online for the transaction to happen, right? I know there's Divine Life Flasks. I actually need them. I need to roll myself a couple of good ones. I'm getting a few more important gem levels. Oh, there's a Trial of Ascendancy. Someone was saying something about them being particularly wild. Let's go and find out. I will get the boss done first, then I'll come back for the trial. Now this boss can be... let's just make sure that the fight isn't too chaotic. There's not that much around. So this is the boss here, if those things are coming up. Early bossing in maps can be really rough. Like when you just don't have very much damage at all, and you got this boss. This boss should not be a tier 1 boss, because of the way that the way the mechanics of it work. It's actually one of the harder bosses mechanically. And you can't do the fight if you under-gear it. Like, there's a point where you just can't beat this boss without a certain amount of DPS, whereas most of the other bosses, DPS is only about making the fight fast, and it's not required at all. I think it'll be burning out now. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so that's a +1 map, which is good. Oh, that's right. You actually need to be logged in to do the trade, don't you? That's right. I knew there was some sort of limitation on it, on the asynchronous aspect of it. Oh, we got tormented spirits in the final room. That's going to be fun. I think this is going to be cool, this trial. I'm just waiting out that bleed a little bit. Oh yeah, that's an idea. Ah, that's why I shouldn't talk while I'm doing a trial. Let's definitely change my auras for this. Let's use vitality instead of precision. No, it's all good, mate. It's like 10% XP at this point. Like let's get the stupid deaths like that one out of the way now, where 10% XP is meaningless. Like really, it's a quarter of a map. Come on, heal up. So that's what we're looking for. That lever. If I can actually hit it. Why are you not hitting? There you go. That was really odd. That would not register. And here we go, through here. So all the spirits look like they'll be in the last room, which is going to be fun. Now, if you hit these things, they may actually burn out from one hit anyway. But even if they don't, they will run away from you, and that means they usually won't hit things. I'm gonna start picking up jewelry just to equip. Oh yeah, the desync is really bad. Usually that means you've been frozen and your game client didn't know you were frozen, but the server did. That's the most common cause of it. Time crank is hit. I got both of those in time, yeah. Thought so. No, the timing in these is pretty lenient. But yeah, the teleport back into a trap and die effect is really bad when you've got low cold resistance like I do. At least I think I do, still. Okay, here we go. Here's a bunch of ghosts. Wonder if there's anything for them to haunt. If there is, it's going to get into it. Well, so you're quad ghosted, which is scary enough. But you're down. That was alright. I thought that was going to be much messier than that. Yeah, cries an Australian over here. 120, 120, that sounds amazing. What am I sitting on at the moment? Oh, actually, no, it's been low. It's been low lately. It's only 32 right now, which is new. Normally, it's quite a bit worse than that. Okay, hit that tormented warlord a couple of times. Let it start burning. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the super long trial. Always hate this one. And I forget it's the long one until I'm near the end of it. It's the one that just drags and drags and drags. Alright, there we go. I think that's the end of it. I hope it's the end of it. Yes, it is. This is the final room. Another quad ghosty. You probably have a decoy totem for things like this. I think decoy totem would be a friend in this league. Right, so it's this thing. It's just a single ghosted blue. So tanky, but not too bad. Offering the goddess. Yeah. Delirium's really bad at the start. Like when you work into them, they just go nuts. The latency is just madness. But gotta get away from that quickly. Burn him out. So the 30% ailment avoidance is nasty here because like a lot of the monsters I'm getting one hit on aren't igniting, and then I've got to land another hit afterwards. That mod is bad news for a build like this. It's very doable, but oh, it's nasty. Yeah, well, so sketchy there. Got around. Oh, that was a hell of a sketchy thing. These chrome infested chimerals are really dangerous. You always underestimate them because they're not usually large packs or anything. So you think, oh yeah, it's just a couple of monsters, but oh, they're rough. Now let's get away from this guy. Is he down yet? No, he's not down yet. I thought he was. That guy is much harder on builds that are evasion. Oh, splat. You know what? I think that's actually a good point to call it because I can tell that dinner is just about ready. So thanks all for tuning in. And I'm going to call it at this point, and I will possibly see you back on later, or possibly tomorrow, my time. So sort of now plus 22 hours, sorry, now plus 25 hours maybe. But the latency is just getting out of control in there, and now that I'm at maps, deaths start to matter a bit more. Yeah, you have a good one, Rubik. And Renoshan, thanks, Philip. And is it Chandrasekhar, I think? You guys have a good one, and I will see you around. And catch you, Kurt. Catch you, Helio. Thanks for tuning in, having a bit of fun. This will be, in about 2 or 3 minutes, this will be in replayable mode if there's any part that you missed or wanted to watch again. But it won't be searchable. That can be kind of annoying to get that to work. Yeah, catch a legend, Dusty. Wow, I've got actually quite a lot of latency inside YouTube Studio. I'm watching a replay that's delayed much more than what you're seeing. It's really interesting that it does that. But anyways, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you around.